All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go racing from Michigan. James Tiernan and James Harris have the front row. Those are the top two in the points. Trey Jackson and Skylar Brown sit on the second row. Tyler Meeks, Nick Sorensen have the third row. William Mann Jr., Albie Ewins on the fourth row. Mark Dantuma and Gerald Poole round out your top 10. Steven Shepard starting in 11th. Just waiting on the last couple of cars to take to the grid. Everybody out getting the engines warmed up and ready to go. 40 laps around this 2-mile D-shaped oval. This will be an exciting one. The drivers get rolling. Stephen Gibson is not in the field. So a 10-car field here tonight. Drivers working on catching up to the pace car, getting stacked up, getting ready to go. Don't forget, Subby's the sponsor of this series. Check them out on Facebook, Subby's Deli and Subs in Texarkana. Go check them out. Make sure you give them a like and a follow. Tell them you heard about them here. And if you're in Texarkana, make sure to swing by, get something to eat, and tell them you heard about them during a broadcast on How to Suck at iRacing. Here we go, pace car dropping in. It is time to go racing. Here we are at Michigan. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. Race number 9 of the season. One more to go. Tonight could decide several points battles or make a bunch of them even closer. William Mann Jr. is loose. Wow, great save by Junior. He was trying to get the nose under Skylar Brown, coming through 1 and 2. Had it there, but the back end just started stepping out. Meanwhile, James Tiernan is all the way up to, or holds first. There's a battle behind for second between Tyler Meeks and Trey Jackson. And James Harris, who started in second, has fallen all the way back into 5th place off the start. Let's see if we can see what happened with James Harris on the start of this one. Unusual to see him have a problem here. He gets the green flag, takes it off into towards 1 and 2. Seeing a lot of guys bobbling, trying to get the car set into 1. There's that close call for William Mann Jr. Looks like Harris just slides up the track and loses a little momentum here. Wow. Very odd to see Harris dropping back so much here early. None of the Nowski drivers are here tonight. That's a bit of a shock. James Tiernan trying to reclaim the points lead. Currently leading on track. Tyler Meeks now up to second. Trey Jackson in third. Skylar Brown in fourth. James Harris back to fifth. Tyler Meeks is one of the rookies in the field. Tyler having only ran one or two races so far this season. Way back in the points. Could have a huge night for Tyler. Meanwhile, we saw William Mann Jr. having problems through 1 and 2. He's got it gathered up. He's now up into fifth. Meanwhile, James Harris continues to fade. Harris now back to sixth, and the GT3 ace, Nick Sorensen, up to seventh. Remember, he is still very new at road racing, at oval racing, but driving those road courses does give you a bit more of car control and is definitely helping him out. No, about 3 hours away. Holy cow! Tyler Meeks, James Tiernan both loose out of 3 and 4. We've talked about it all season long. These cars, when you put the power down, they always want to spin the tires. They always want to get loose. They have a ton of power, a ton of downforce. A ton of downforce for a stock car. But they are aero sensitive and they can be a handful when you put that power down. Trey Jackson in third is closing on the top two. Skylar Brown in fourth. Staying right there with him. Sorensen looking up top on William Mann Jr. Gerald Poole, Mark D'Antuma, Albie Hewins round out the top 10. Sorensen and William Mann Jr. battling it out here. Skylar Brown moves down to that middle line, trying to make a move here on Trey. But the momentum off the high side definitely gives the advantage to Trey Jackson as he pulls back up into third. Meanwhile, Tiernan still has Meeks right on the back bumper. About a car and a half length between them. Meeks definitely has an advantage coming off turn 2. He's got a bit of a run. James Harris now 1.5 seconds out of the lead here. Skylar Brown, Trey Jackson going at it though, giving Harris an opportunity. And look at this, Sorensen has made his way back into sixth. Meanwhile, Gerald Poole and Mark D'Antuma, those two battling for eighth. That's giving Albie Hewins a chance to pull back up as well. We saw how fast Albie was earlier at North Wilkesboro. Trey Jackson is in trouble off 2. Let's see if we can find out what happened with Trey. Trey gets the wall in the middle of 1 and 2. That allows James Harris up to 4th. Nick Sorensen now in 5th. And what a battle we have going on back behind. William Mann Jr., Trey Jackson, Mark Dantuma, Gerald Poole, all within striking distance, and Albie closing in. Tiernan pulls out a 1/4 second lead. Meeks able to run him down on corner exit. Holy cow! Meeks wicked loose out of the turn that time. Skylar Brown now in 3rd. James Harris 4th. Nick Sorensen in 5th. Was Nick loose out of 2? And it's still a 4-car battle going on for 6th on back. William Mann Jr. pulling up into 6th. Trey still fighting on the bottom. Mark Dantuma, Gerald Poole, Albie Ewens, all still lurking. And look at this close call for Trey Jackson off of turn 4. Trey is so out of shape. Trey pulls back down right onto the back bumper. Trey now back up into 6th place, but there is just an epic battle brewing back here. And Nick Sorensen gave himself a little bit of breathing room, but now Trey and William Mann Jr. are reeling him in. Meanwhile, Tyler Meeks losing touch with James Tiernan. Tiernan now a 1/2 second lead. Skylar Brown trying to reel Meeks back in as James Harris right there with him. Sorensen's breathing room is going away quickly. Here comes Trey Jackson. Everybody's still within drafting range of each other. From 5th on back, and now Trey Jackson is there. Trey has gotten to the back bumper on Nick Sorensen. Tyler Meeks losing ground to the leader, James Tiernan, now has a 1.5 second lead. Skylar Brown, James Harris sitting 3rd and 4th. James starting to regain a little bit of ground here. James Tiernan already has 2 wins on the season. Looking to make his 3rd one here tonight. They will have to stop at some point for fuel, and it looks like Meeks is going to do it now. Looks like they can go the distance from here. And tire fall off here is big. It is huge. James Tiernan's fastest lap, the fastest lap of the race, 39.05. Last time by, 40.29. He's already lost 1.25 seconds a lap in just 15 laps. Skylar Brown now into 2nd. James Harris to 3rd. Tyler Meeks drifts back to 4th, and Dantuma is right there. Dantuma taking 5th from Sorensen. Sorensen still holding on in 6th. Gerald Thanos Poole in 7th. Albie Hewins in 8th. William Mann Jr. is in trouble. He's in the wall. Currently in 9th. Meeks is coming off pit road. Tiernan does not look like he is setting up for pit road here. Tiernan continues to stay out. Do we see anybody else hit pit road this time? No. Meeks will have a distinct advantage with those fresh tires. He is currently 1 lap down, but he is reeling in the leader very, very quickly. And you'll see right here the difference in those tires. Meeks is just point and shoot through the turn. Tyler Meeks just got himself back to the lead lap. Can he make this tire strategy work, though? James Harris, Skylar Brown are in. Tyler Meeks just set the fastest lap of the race by over a quarter second, 38.73 compared to the leader's 39.05. Correction, the second fastest lap actually goes to the road race ace. Nick Sorensen, 39.03, as the leader is on pit road. Trey Jackson is in. Albie Hewins, Gerald Poole, Nick Sorensen, Mark Dantuma, all in. William Mann Jr. stays out. Last time by, Meeks went even faster. And does Junior have a tire rub? Thought I saw some smoke coming off the right front as he comes out of turn 2. He is practically drifting that car around here. The rest of the field beginning to work their way back off pit road. William Mann Jr.'s best hope right now is that these guys cause a caution. James Tiernan now back in 3rd. Tyler Meeks, who stopped on lap 16, 3 laps before everybody else, currently sitting in 2nd, has a 4.4 second lead on James Tiernan, who led the first 20 laps. William Mann Jr., though, sticking it out, trying to see if that caution will fall his way. JR, I can only begin to imagine, buddy. Skylar Brown just beat the lap time set by Tyler Meeks, now 38.48. Nick Sorensen closing back in on Dan Tuma and Trey Jackson. William Mann Jr. still out on track, stretching the tires. Albie Hewins is on pit road. Albie will now have the fastest tires on track. Trey Jackson currently in 6th, trying to run down Skylar Brown. Skylar came out of pit road 3 seconds ahead. James Harris comes off pit road in 4th, trying to close the gap on Tiernan. Tiernan just 3 seconds ahead, but with 16 to go, not a lot of time. Tyler Meeks, who had that almost 4.5 second lead, Now that lead is shrinking. 2.6 seconds. William Mann Jr. still in the lead of the race, but has not completed his pit stop yet. It looked like Junior was going to come to pit road. Albie Hewins appears to have lost a lap while he was on pit road. He is trying to run him down to reclaim it. Meanwhile, Skylar Brown has gotten back past James Harris. Skylar now to fourth, Harris back to fifth. And Tiernan in third place is still running Meeks down. William Mann Jr. continues to stretch the fuel. Tyler Meeks just 16 and a half seconds back and closing. Those fresh tires making a huge difference. Meeks last lap, 39.96. Last time by, William Mann Jr., 41.19. Tiernan has almost got to the back bumper of Tyler Meeks after pit stops. That gap was 4.5 seconds. Tyler Meeks stopped on lap 16. Tiernan on lap 20. Just 4 laps difference, but Michigan is hard on tires. Mark Dantuma has come through the crowd, has made his way up into 6th place, but Trey Jackson, Nick Sorensen, and Gerald Poole all still lurking. These 4 cars definitely still fighting. Sorensen got a little loose on corner entry into 3. But he saves it, holds the momentum. William Mann Jr. continuing to lead here. Mark Dantuma opening up a small gap on Trey Jackson. Sorensen looks down to the bottom, trying to get the run off 4. Gerald Poole could be the deciding factor, depending on who he goes with. GT3 NSS, of which Nick Sorensen is one of the drivers, had this week off, but will be back next Sunday morning. Junior has given up the lead. He has come to pit road. And Tiernan has gotten back past Tyler Meeks. Tiernan is in the lead. James Harris has now gotten back past Skylar Brown up into 3rd. Mark Dantuma now up into 5th. Trey Jackson, Nick Sorensen, Gerald Poole staying nose to tail. Albie Hewins there in the 55, not on the lead lap, but staying with them. He's another one open for a well-timed caution. to put him back where he needs to be. Tyler Meeks in second place has lost a lot of ground. Tiernan has now pulled out a 4-second lead. And Skylar Brown is closing in on Tyler Meeks. He's bringing James Harris with him. Dan Tuma is closing in as well as Trey Jackson. Here in the late stages of this one, the field really starting to tighten up. James Harris still lurking right there as the second, third, and fourth now nose to tail. Fifth, sixth, and seventh closing in, as well as eighth. William Mann Jr. out there on fresh tires in ninth place, but maybe too far behind to close the gap. James Tiernan just continues to walk away from the field. Skylar Brown now 5.5 seconds back. Meeks goes up the track and gets very close out of turn 2. And now Skylar Brown moves up into second. Tyler Meeks in third, and look at this. Dan Tuma shoots underneath James Harris. Also, shout out to Mark Dan Tuma, the only driver in the field in a Dodge. James Harris goes for the crossover. James Harris, Mark Dan Tuma battling side by side. 5 laps to go. Skylar Brown pulling away. Look like Skylar may have kissed the wall out of turn 2. Trey Jackson back on the attack. Mark Dan Tuma right behind. Trey gets way loose. What a save by Trey Jackson. Tyler Meeks almost kissed the wall again out of turn 2. James Harris right to his back bumper. Dan Tuma still right there. Sorensen now in 6th, Trey in 7th, Gerald Poole in 8th, closing in on this battle. But 3 laps to go for James Tiernan. Skylar Brown in 2nd is not closing the gap. And they're going to try this 3 wide. Holy crap! Tyler Meeks was way out of shape. Coming out of turn 2, great save. James Harris slips by now up into 3rd. Mark Dan Tuma looking underneath for 4th. Popsicle sticks in the air, 2 to go for Tiernan. Dan Tuma sending it down to the bottom into turn 1. He's going to clear Meeks. Can he get the run on Harris? Harris gets a little loose out of 2. James Tiernan comes out of turn 4 and sees the white flag in the air one more time around. Meanwhile, the battle is still on for that podium finish. James Harris currently sits in third. Mark Dantuma, Tyler Meeks battling it out behind, with Nick Sorensen closing in. But James Tiernan off into turn 3. And out of turn 4 as that big lead will come home with his third win of the season. Skylar Brown coming home in second. James Harris holds on for third. And what a finish it was. Tyler Meeks loses it off into 1. I'm not sure if he was trying to drift. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with James Harris. James, that was another great finish, coming home third. It looked like that last couple of laps, so you had your hands full.
Yeah, we pushed a little hard on that second run, try to catch up, to try to see what we could do there, but it wore our stuff out a little more than we thought.
What happened on the start? You lost a bunch of spots really quickly in this one.
Well, I was gonna take her easy for the first few laps, and that first lap I took a little too easy, and it got me behind, and then I couldn't catch back up.
Well, this is definitely going to close up the points between you and Tiernan. Could possibly give Tiernan the lead back tonight. Going into Homestead, does the strategy change, or is it just going to be full send no matter what?
Well, the way the season's gone, I'm going to have to wreck them to win, aren't I?
That is a possibility, too.
We'll see what happens next week. James is a pretty good guy with these cars, and, I have had maybe 10 minutes of practice time this whole season between work and my shoulder, but we're doing what we can do to hang in there. If I hadn't forgot to fuel my car last week, we'd be doing okay in the points.
Well, still a great job tonight, buddy, and congratulations.
Got 10-4. Thanks, man.
James Harris comes home third. Skylar Brown finishes second, but does not appear available, so let's talk to our winner. James, another win here tonight at Michigan.
Yeah, thank the Lord. I kind of needed that with the championship battle. I just needed, one of those guys to hang on. Hopefully, I was hoping Tyler Meeks stayed in second or third, and just kind of create more of a gap to old James D. Harris there.
Well, it definitely got the job done, man. You came home with your third win of the season, so definitely going to close that points up. You may even reclaim the lead here tonight.
I think I was 4 points ahead.
Yeah.
And I think I only get 2 points with that. It's per position. So I just need 2 more, I think, to get that thing back. Hang on to the championship just like old Stink Mouse hanging out at Folsom. So send some prayers his way as well.
Now, going into Homestead next week, how do you feel about that?
I have no idea. I don't think I've ever raced at Homestead. It'll be interesting. I've heard my buddies say that it's pretty much just top side dominant, and that's kind of where I've been excelling at. So hopefully that works out the way I hope it does.
I hope so, man. It's been a great season. Your third win. Congratulations, man.
I appreciate it, man. Just hope everyone at home finds it entertaining.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Great job, buddy.
Yep, have a good one.
James Tiernan comes home with his third win of the season and a dominant race. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tomorrow night, the season finale of Jones BS Racing, Legends, and Tour Mods. It's going to be a great night of racing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Have a great night, everybody.